Today I'm going to talk about Tim Tebow. If you're not familiar with who Tim Tebow is, he's a NFL football player and he's been highly criticized. I don't think he's really playing much anymore and he's not really in the limelight anymore, but I'm going to use him as an example for the fact of the way he throws the football. He throws it in a very unconventional way. And the way I'm going to relate this to powerlifting is that the way he throws, he can get away in college. All right, I'm no expert when it comes to football, but this is basically what I know. I know enough. Is that the way he throws, the long motion that he makes is ridiculously long. It takes a long time. And when you're playing college, the talent gap is very wide. So you can smoke people, you can get away with this stuff. But when you play in the NFL, when people are really, really fast, you can't get away with that. So you have to change your technique. If you don't change your technique, you are going to suffer the consequences. Now, the way I'm relating this to powerlifting is, you can hang in here with me for a second, is that powerlifting is the same thing. You know, powerlifting is really about moving as much weight as humanly possible, or as much as you can do. And the best way to do that is to take a little bit wider stance with hitting only parallel. Why is that? Because that's how the sport is designed. It's how it's judged. You know, in football, you get judged by the amount of points you score, right? That's really what it is. It's a winner and a loser. And in powerlifting, the same thing. Who has the biggest total? And the biggest total is determined by someone who can get the most amount of weight moved on a squat, bench, and deadlift. And the best way you're going to do that under most circumstances is to be able to move the weight in the proper way for competition while being able to reduce the range of motion. So the lower range of motion, while staying within the rules, allows for you to move the most amount of weight. That is respecting the rules. You're not going to run to the 1 yard line, then run backwards and run forward to the touchdown to score a point. Even though it looks cool, like for example, going ass to grass on a squat, it looks cool and it looks great. And it's like, oh wow, he went lower. It doesn't matter, because no matter how much more you move, it's not going to change anything, because the way the sport is scored, the way it's judged, is based on hitting parallel in the squat. And that's kind of what I'm doing with the parallel squats, or doing a wider stance squats. I'm converting to it, or I'm starting to convert to it. I'm starting to realize the value in it, because it allows me to move more weight, or it will allow me to move more weight. I've been using this stance for 2 sessions now, and I'm noticing that I'm getting used to the position, and it's much lighter. It's still fucking uncomfortable as hell, but understand that when you're trying to get the best out of yourself and you're trying to move the most amount of weight, you need to use physics to your advantage. And in the case of powerlifting, you got to do a low bar, bring the bar lower, and you got to squat the parallel. It allows you to move the most amount of weight. Look at you know, even Johnny Candido, when I was watching his videos for a while, he was doing like a high bar ass to grass squat, and then when he went up to his competition, he converted to a low bar squat. You know, and you look at Eric Lillibridge, right? Eric Lillibridge was squat. He was doing a high bar, freaking 900 pounds, right? 866 pounds, and he went to a low bar squat. Now he's getting closer to 1,000 pounds. And why is that? Leverage and technique. And it's understanding that sometimes you have to swallow your pride and you got to change your technique so that you get the most out of it. Because even though we like to say and like to feel like, oh, doing the unconventional way of lifting is the way to go, but until you hit a certain point of quality of movement or amount of weight, I think that you need to stick with some of the basics, and that is getting the most amount of leverage possible out of your lifts so that you can get stronger and move the most amount of weight. Thanks for listening. Kind of wanted to use that as a different topic. Hope you enjoyed it. See you guys in the next video.